Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play the Selesnya Cage. So this is one of the decks that I always thought was terrible because of the current metagame, where aggro just kind of gets stumped by the mere bounce, and control absolutely beat this deck down, or so I thought. But what I forgot to mention is that this deck actually can run Will Leaf Liege, which definitely give the mere bounce a good run for their money with their stupid nightmares. And this deck can outlast things like red decks because of cards like Shelter by Ghost. And against control, we're able to use Paw Patch Recruit to leverage any of their targeted removal. And then if our Collector Cage ever are able to hit Overlord, or maybe even a Liege, something big, then we can honestly cheat out a big card without our opponent thinking of it. So it's an aggro deck with a combo element slant in there, which I think is fantastic. So let's talk about the whole deck list. In the early game, what we're going to do is, we got turn 1 Llanowar Elves, which is always fantastic, but we also got turn 1 Paw Patch Recruit, meaning that on turn 1 at least we always have something to play. And that's important in the current metagame. If your deck does not have a turn 1 interaction that removes an opponent's card, you better have a turn 1 creature in order for you to not fall too far behind. You're still going to fall behind. Your opponent's creature are going to be better than your creature if they went first, because they can back it up with any two spell pump and go crazy double strike trample on you. But at least we have a recruit that could do something on board. Turn 2 is where this deck shines. We got 4 Collector's Cage. That's pretty good, right? Collector's Cage can get us any card that we want on the top 5. And then we're able to cheat it out as long as we have 3 creatures with different power levels, which we can do that with a +1% counter as the Collector Cage's ability. I'm butchering that explanation, but basically, the Collector Cage, Hideaway 5, 1 mana, tap, put a +1% counter on a creature. Then if we have 3 creatures with different power, we can play the exile card without its mana cost, which, you know, it doesn't say as a sorcery. So you might even be able to cheat in a creature on your opponent's turn and get them real quick with a interaction. And then we have 3 Get Lost and 3 Shelter by Ghosts. These 6 cards, 2 mana card can help us interact with our opponent on turn 2, which is absolutely crucial. Right now, if you don't interact with your opponent by turn 2, which if you're going second, right, that's your opponent's turn 3, you lost. That's game over. Well, why are you playing Magic? Go play another game that doesn't last, that lasts more than 2 turns. But that's the idea. We also have 2 Melira, which, believe it or not, is very useful in this deck. Not only does Melira get us the, what is that called again? The flicker, not really the flicker, right? Exile Melira to target a creature or an artifact, and then when it's put in the graveyard, you get to bring it back, which you can use that to target Collector's Cage. You can use that to target one of your Overlords or your Sandstorm Salvagers and bring them back if they die. In addition to that, Melira also is a 2 mana 3/3, which means that it doesn't get cut down that easily. It doesn't get not bolted, but it doesn't get shocked that easily, which is very important in the current standard. And then we have 2 mana Sephiric Steed, which is a 2 mana 2/2 First Strike Lifelink. First Strike Lifelink, which means that a lot of the opponent's creatures can't really run into it that easily, because it's First Strike, right? If they have 2 toughness or less, they die first. And it's Lifelink, so we will be able to gain a little bit of life back. It's important to have Lifelink in the current standard. Even with Screaming Nemesis and crap out there, you know, Lifelink is still good in the early games. But Sephiric Steed has a hidden mode. Saddle 4. Whenever we saddle and attack, Sephiric Steed summons a 3/3. That means as long as we have 4 power on board, we can saddle him up and deal a lot of damage. And 4 power is actually very easy to get with our 3 drops. So what do we have? We got 3 Sanguine Evangelists. Not going to be 4 power, but does have Battlecry. 1 Toby, the Beastie Befriender? Beastie Befriender. And summons a 4/4. Immediately can crew out our Sephiric Steed. But we also have Sandstorm Savager. Summons a 3/3. Still crew up the Sephiric Steed if you just tap the Savager and the Golem together. That's fine. We get a 3/3 Flying Angel anyways. I think it's a good trade. And then we have 4 Will Leaf Liege. Yeah, exactly the card that hard counters the Nightmare. But Liege is also pretty good because it gives +1/+1 to white and or green creatures. And that's a key point. It says +1/+1 to green and +1/+1 to white. Something I forgot is Melira and Saphiric Steed are double color, which means that they get +2/+2 from the Steed, or from the Liege. So that means this is a 5/5 and this is a 4/4. That's real good. Just with one Liege out. Liege is not legendary. You can have multiple out. And every Liege gives each of these +2/+2, and that is oh so juicy. And then we have 2 Overlords just to get cheated out by the Collector's Cage if we want to have that combo. Otherwise, we can also just impend Overlord for 2 Moths, and those 2 Moth can then crew, or I guess saddle the Steed. You got Moth riding unicorns, magic. Alright, and then land base, we're going to have 24 lands. Not too much, not too little. 3 plains, 6 forests. We got more green spells early than white spells, so 3 plains, 6 forests. And then we got 4 Brushland, 4 Hushwood Verge, 4 Razor Verge Thicket, and 2 Restless Prairie to make sure that we get our green-white split. And then we have 1 Mirrex, so that if our opponents just counterspell control, Mirrex can still overrun them that way. And you can see that our deck actually does not run the green, very importantly, it does not run the green-white surveillance. Or Surveil Lands. Where is it? I probably missed it right here. Lush Portico, right? We don't run that even though it's forest playing, and it does trigger our Verge. Even though it has all of that, we don't run it. We want to be able to play turn 1 and turn 2 spells. So all of these lands, other than the Restless Prairie, can help us play turn 1, turn 2 spells. That's very important. Aggro deck can't fall behind. That's the whole idea. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is QB. QB? QBA. I don't know, just don't turn me into a magical girl and we're good. Yeah, this is a hand. One goes first. We got 1 Liege. Your Liege, will you let me pump my Steed? That sounds kind of weird. Alright, we'll start with the Paw Patch Recruit. Blue-white, huh? What kind of blue-white are they? Oh, alright. That kind of blue-white, huh? Can I pump anything here? I don't think so. Do we go for the cage? I also don't think I do that. Alright, let's go for the Steed. Yep, as soon as I play an aggro deck, our opponent's control. The temporary lockdown and whatnot. They got 3 mana, so they probably got counter spells of something. So if I play this, right, it's probably gonna get countered. If I play Llanowar Elf and the cage, it will probably get temporary lockdown. So yeah, there's the counter spell. Cost 1 mana. Does he have more counter spells? He does have more counter spells. Yep. I mean, it's fine. Probably put that to the top right. That's what you want it. So I play the Leech, it gets countered, I lose everything. He draws a card. So the Leech does not get countered. That's pretty important, right? I guess we saddle. Alright, see what happens when we get Sunfall here. This is kind of be a one-dimensional game anyways. Spellgyre. Get out. I don't know what game that was, but he just countered every spell and then quit. Alright, our opponent is SBA Blade. What's SBA? I don't know, this sounds familiar. Opponent goes first? Well, it won't be a real Magic game if our opponent's not going first. And they're... okay, they're talent. Thanks, already hate it. Oh, man. No Leech whenever I play against this deck. So that's fun. Here comes the Bolt the Bird. Oh no, they're just gonna have a lot of talents. Yeah, I'm gonna totally block that too. Alright, I do get a Steed. I don't think I Steed here, right? I have 3 mana, I should play a 3 mana play. So Evangelist makes you a 3/3 fly, a 1/1 flyer. I don't think a 1/1 flyer is worth it. The Salvaging Station might be a little... Salvaging Station, yeah. The Salvager might be a little bit better. Huh. Let's just make a Salvager. I don't know, opponent goes first, so we're gonna lose tempo. We're gonna try to claw back our tempo, but I'm not sure if we can. There's a tap land too. So we were able to make a 3-drop before they made a 3-drop. Oh. Yep. Do we drop the Melira? I think we dropped this land, right? I mean, I don't think I get to play that land. No, I think I get to play that land. Let's drop the Melira. They make no place. It's probably... Alright. Oh, they make no place. Just offspring it. Alright, they're still having no place, which means we're gonna attack with this. If they target any of our stuff, we get to pump our board. No lifelink though, that's kind of the scary part. I mean, my Steed has lifelink, but I can't get the Steed out very easily. I will be able to get something out with the Collector's Cage, right? Hopeless Nightmare. Those are attacking. Do we drop the Paw Patch? You just pump something, right? No, you can't. Any spell he plays, we'll trade. So, I guess one Paw Patch we'll have to trade. Let's see if he knows. Down to 8. Ugh. After 2 Hopeless Nightmares. That's the kind of draw that we see. Do we play this? Do we sneak in a Shelter? I think a Shelter is pretty good, right? I don't think he wants to bounce this. Alright, and then what do? We put it on this. Take out that guy. And then everybody get in there. He sacks a Nightmare. Alright. I hope he tries to bounce a Nightmare. That would make me happy. He does bounce my Sandstorm Salvager though. If he does that. But then he can't replay, right? I gained a 3 life. Alright, got him. We didn't even have to leech him. Stupid fairy. He played everything wrong, I think. I don't know what happened to his hand, but I don't like the fairy version. I like the non-fairy version better. Alright, our opponent is playing Zen Tech 974. Alright, we go first. 2 Leech. 100% not a Nightmare deck. Hello. Please don't... Oh, please do Nightmare me, but I'm sure it's not happening. I remember what I said about Arena being trash. This is what I mean, right? Like, we have a decent hand. Pretty sure it's not even a matchup for that. And finally we get to go first, and we're going to have to rope. Our opponent's going to take forever. They already mulligan. Let's see if they even play this game out. If they do play this game out, it's going to be some ridiculous thing. Yeah, there it is. Not even remotely black. Can't crew this. But it is first strike. Another lackey. No attacks. No attacks is interesting. Because I will attack. Mana screwed! Yay! Okay. So, do I Collector's Cage and try to attack for 3? Or do I Collector's Cage and not do anything? I think I Collector's Cage and try to attack for 3, right? Melira is pretty good. Shelter is also great against their deck. Alright, let's do the thing. If I draw another land, right, we can get something done, but if I don't... Oh, okay, just breaches. Why didn't you attack there? You know you can attack. You got 2 Goblin Lackeys with first strike and haste. Those are pirates. I don't understand. Anyways, I'm gonna... Do I just protect my steed? I'm gonna take your patches. I would say a 4-3 is better than 2 1-2s. They're all first strike. Firebrand? Alright. Are they not willing to play anything? That's interesting. Do I mean, I just use this. They have a burn spell on a Llanowar Elf. Oh yeah, they got that. I should have seen that coming. Ooh, a beastie. That's something. That's crew. Down to 8. We got a 3/3 Angel for free. That's pretty fun. GG. Goblin deck. I don't know what they're doing, but they're out. Alright, our opponent is Narwhal. Hanging in the ocean. We go first. 2 Leeches again. I love the 2 Leech hand. 100% not against black. We got well, okay, we got no white mana. We will never get lost anyone. Okay. I guess we're playing a mirror. Lovely mirror game that we're having. This is not a good hand anyways. Like, even if it's a mirror, we were ahead because we went first. Now they're rabbits, okay. Not entirely mirror. We're facing the horrendous mana screw. I mean, they're not going to target us, right? So let's go for the attack first. creatures. So he can make it big, and he can trample over. Are they rabbits? I can't really tell. 4 damage. Oh my god, that's a 3rd land. Alright, so... here we go. Let's see who's aggroing who. It's just everybody get in there. Can they deal 16 damage in 1 turn? This might be an issue. I still don't think it's 16 damage, but might be an issue. Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay, that might be 16 damage, right? Let's see. 7, 11. 7, 11. 14. So I block here. Not dead. If I'm not dead, does that make him dead? Good game. How about a second leech, huh? I got a bunch of trample cards. Yeah, GG. I mean, we draw our land, and that's all we needed before we... minus 14. Take that, Narwhal. Who's living in the ocean now? Alright, our opponent is D-Hack13. Well, he is D-Hack. How are we going to beat D-Hack? We go first. That's a good start. We got, I mean, 2 Meliras and a Salvager is all we have. I don't know if I keep this hand, but mulliganing is usually bad going first. I have a tap land to play on turn 1. Then I play Melira. Then I play the Savager. Alright. I'm going to try to keep as much value as I have in my hand. See, no lieges, immediately black deck. You've seen all the games I play so far. It's either lieges into no black opponents, or black opponents and I don't get lieges. They even got a cut down. They can't cut this down. Are they reading? They're just reading. I can't imagine our opponent being a toxic deck. That would be an insane matchup. But also not that useful. Melira back then was you can't get poisoned. This one, Melira just says if you get poisoned, you get one left. You get only 1. Which, I mean, poison deck only does 1 at a time anyway, so I don't know. We draw a leech! Oh my god! Alright, is just counterspell coming? Counterspell coming? Do I let the Melira... I just run the Melira in for damage? I think we do. Get a little damage in. That's fun. Salvager. Maybe it get countered. I mean, I have to play it. It's unfortunate though. If it gets countered, then that just means I have no threat. Just a 3/3 Melira. But if he runs counterspell, it kind of means they don't. Okay, it is toxic. Oh my god. What? Melira, you've gotten way sort of reduced in your relevancy. Melira used to be just anti-poison all around, but now it's just, oh look, they have poison, so... Billows Skull Welder. What do I do against that? I don't want to get poison. Do I get lost on the Skull Welder? I mean, I guess. I don't think there's anything else I need to get lost in their deck. I don't need to get lost right now. I can shelter, right? Shelter's as good as get lost against their deck that does barely have any permanents. If they have a Planeswalker, get lost also hit it. So, yep. This means they can't actually hit. Alright, I'm gonna get a poison. Melira does nothing here. Fun. We can Prairie. Which is a 3/3, but isn't Leech also, well, 3/3 I can deal 7 damage, but I think Leech is better. You can target the Leech and I'll lose it, but I'd get 5 damage in, he'll be at 9. Yeah, you know what, I'll do this. Is Leech good though? I don't think he's gonna make me discard, but this is gonna make a 3/3. Creatures I can draw get +1/+1, so I get. Oh, you know what? It's fine. Oh right, black creature gets +1 and white creature gets +1. So black and white creature gets +2. I don't know what the why this was highlighted though. I couldn't do anything there. Prologue. Round 2. Prologue. Round 3. Oh, we don't. One turn. Haha! Oh my god, Melira did her thing. Alright, let's hold on a second. Let's read what Melira is. I thought it was every time we get a poison counter, we only get one. But what does she say? If you would get more than one poison counter, instead you get one poison counter and you can't get additional ones this turn. Yes, once a turn. So Melira did her thing against poison. I did not think about that at all when I was thinking of this deck. But hey, you know, we got there. She did her thing, I guess. Alright, our opponent is she 15M? I don't know. Is that supposed to be she is M? I actually have no idea how to read his name. Anyways, terrible opener. Go second. I guess our last game was too overwhelming that we have to lose this game. Alright. Mulligan, still a bad hand. What do we put back here? Collector's Cage? Sheltered by Ghosts? I don't want to put those back, but I have to put one of those two back, right? I'm pretty sure I have to keep 3 lands. Shelter is a really good card, though. I don't know. I don't think I put back an Overlord. Because I only have one creature. If I only have one creature, Collector's Cage doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Red deck. Immediately punished by the fact that I thought I only had one creature. Now I have 2. Still. I think we're gonna shelter the whatever creature he plays this turn. Now he's just gonna shock my elf. Should have attacked first. I mean, not that I was gonna block anyways. Yeah, the cage wouldn't have done much, to be fair. Do we Paw Patch Recruit here? That feels kind of bad, but I have nothing else to play. I mean, I have nothing else to play next turn either. I could have drawn a 3-drop here. But, just played a Paw Patch. Threaten something. Oh, he has another shock? Alright, then that was completely wasted. Entire turn wasted. Hope I draw 3-drop in on another land. Paw Patch is going to get shocked off. But I guess that's at least taking out cards from his hand. And it's not dealing damage to my face. It's like a 1-mana gain 2 life, right? How good is... Oh, okay, he's just going to rope. That works too. He pressed next, and then he started roping again. That was not a shock. What was it? Manifold Mouse. Pretty sure he has a shock. Like, there's no point. Could be a Monster's Rage. I guess there is that. So that means I could play a Savager, right? But the Manifold Mouse is too scary. I did draw a 3-drop, which is exactly what I anticipated. The mouse is really scary. But I guess, you know, no matter how scary it is, it's just one attack and we can gain the life back with Shelter next turn. But I want the Mistmoors next turn, right? So since he hasn't shocked off my Paw Patch, I think he's not gonna. I buffed the Paw Patch this way. Where does that go, though? I buffed the Paw Patch. You could have another... No, you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. If it's a shock, we just lose the game. You gotta remove the mouse, it's too big of a damage. And now he has a whole card's back if he doesn't want me to life gain, which is also important for me. Oh, never mind. Just have it all. Just always have it all. Hey, you didn't do it. Could have Rockface Village it for double strike here. Okay. What a freaking loser. Just because you missed one? Get out. Just get out. Shame scoop. Alright, our opponent is Trishula A117. Only 3 drops. I don't think that's a Nightmare deck with a little cat, right? You're not a Nightmare deck, 2 Lieges. That would be great if it's a Nightmare deck, but, you know, I can't keep a 3-drop only hand in an aggro deck, so kind of mulligan that. And you know, Arena says, fuck you. You're going to keep it anyways. Alright, we're going to keep 6 cards. We'll put back a Liege. They're red. So Arena decided, you know what? Fuck you. You're gonna face the red and you're gonna like it. Take a shelter, right? Yeah, we'll take a shelter. Alright, that Monastery Sphere is gonna go over the moon. Oh, that's only 5 damage. I thought it'd be more. Second Liege. Alright, that's the... It's there, right? It's there. That's a 3rd Liege. 0 Liege against Nightmares. Red, you get all the Lieges you want. It's happening. Sphere? Does he think I'm gonna block? Because I'm not gonna block. This game got a frenzy. Well, still not gonna block. Melira, huh? That's 2, that's 3. Don't have mana for it, though. I still think I'd play the Melira here. The reason is because I can sack Melira to bring back the Salvager. Screaming Nemesis. That's scary. Can't block the Nemesis. That's the only thing coming? I just gotta not block, right? So no blocks. I can make Melira 4. This is not 4. I have to target Melira anyways, otherwise I don't get the triggers. No. Let's see. Combat, attack. Game 5. Another Swiss Sphere. Another Nemesis. I guess we're at a stare down. Past the block. Will we trade here? Totally fair card right here. Not even sure how to get around that. Evangelist does fly. It kind of gets around it. I didn't need to do that. I don't know why I did it on my main phase. I always think things are only sorcery speed because of what Arena has done to me. Alright, could just be a Screaming Nemesis attack here. Yep, makes sense. I can't really block that. But he can't deal 5 damage to me, right? So we play the Liege. Pumps board. Okay, GG, we got him. We pump board, and we just go in. He has to block, but Melira is going to gain us like 8 life. Because of the Battle Cry. Right? 8 life with the Battle Cry, and freaking Screaming Nemesis. He attacked, which he shouldn't have done, means that I have a green light to attack him. He couldn't deal 5 damage with 1 spell anyway, so that's why it was safe to not block. Take that. Alright, our opponent is the Prof Spinoza. Prof Spinoza is letting us go first. We got 2 elves into a Sandstorm Salvager, nothing else, but we will try to make do with this hand, because Mulligan is just going to give me a worse hand. Not a great hand though, 2 elves. Nothing, no payoff other than this. Savager's already coming out turn 2, right? So I literally have no payoffs. Maybe I tap the Savager turn 2. That's about it. It only pumps tokens. So even that, it's not going to pump much of anything. I can get lost my own elf just to get the map tokens. That will be the play of the century. Alright, Pylon, turn 1. So they're a combo deck. Yikes. Hey, Cage. That's pretty good. That's technically a payoff, right? So next turn I can Cage. 2 mana for Cage, 1 mana for... Okay, they got a black mana. I gotta be a little bit careful. If they have removal, I just eat it. Let's see if there's a stick. Oh boy. If there's no stick, they're gonna eat it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's all feels so good. Do we even play an elf here? I think I need the mana anymore. Turn 3 Overlord. That's the dream. What do you have? -2/-2 on the board? That might be something. Now a Charming Scoundrel. Why did he? Oh man, I think Tapper got him. Because he had a red here, but they tried to protect him for the 1 damage, so he paid 3 for the Charming Scoundrel. I guess it didn't matter to him too much. Yeah, GG! GG, no read. That was insane. I guess we took Prof to class. Alright, our opponent is M. Jordan A. 69. Cool. Very long name. Let's see if you can back up that long name with a good play. Hello. We got Llanowar Elf. Turn 1, Llanowar Elf. Oh, here comes the Nightmares. I don't think Golgari plays Nightmare. They do play Cut Down. Immediately remove my turn 1 play. Here's a Steed. Do they have a turn 2 play? If it's a bat, I can't even shelter it. Up to Beanstalk? I mean, do I want to shelter that? It just gives him another life, or gives him another card if he has a cut down. Don't know if that's worth it, but if he had a cut down, he probably played it, right? You know what? I think he wants to Overlord next turn. Give ourselves Ward. That up to Beanstalk is going to give him life anyways. Yo! What? Do you know how Ward works? I'm okay. I don't know how to speak words anymore. What? I thought he had a cut down. He had to go for the throw and he just... What? How does he... How? So speechless. Come on, Jordan. Nice saddle. Reading the card explains the card. Now we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 damage on board if he kills a steed. Alright, GG, I guess. I mean, you gotta go back and learn to read first. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you see all those cagey games, how does this deck feel? My conspiracy theories stays. Stupid Arena definitely wants to help the Nightmare decks. I don't know why. Everybody hates the Nightmare deck. Whoever's in charge of Magic Arena definitely has a hard-on for the Hopeless Nightmare, because he freaking buffs that card like crazy. We've drawn Lieges every time against non-Nightmare decks, and then we've never drawn Leech against Nightmare decks. Not even once. So that tells us something, right? We played a lot of games today. It never happened. And yeah, that's because this card just hard counters Nightmares. And we never actually got to get discarded. We never got to discard Will Leech anyway, so we kind of just played it and still won that way. That's pretty fun. And then against Nightmare decks, this deck is low enough curve to the ground that even if they Nightmare us, we can kind of still go over the top with whatever we already have on board. Collector's Cage help a little bit because that kind of cheats it out. They can't make us discard it if it's in the Hideaway. And then all of these cards kind of still gets enough value, especially the Steed, that we can just kind of keep going. Since Nightmare does not give them any tempo on board, we can capitalize our tempo to win. And also, Paw Patch is really good against the Nightmare deck because, well, if they go on a target, they're going to give us creatures +1/+1s, which is pretty good for us. And that's how I feel about this deck. I think it's fantastic against the current standard, which is rotating out. Well, not rotating out, but it's transitioning into the Drift, Vroom, Vroom decks. But right now, I think this might be able to do just good enough that it survives standard, which I think is fine, right? It's not a lot of decks surviving the current standard. This deck is doing that. 24 lands is a little bit much. A few times I did get flooded, but I would take that over getting mana screwed, because if you're flooded, as soon as you draw a card, you can play it. And a lot of these lands do stuff. Mirrex does stuff, Restless Prairie do stuff, and if extra mana, you can sink it into Collector's Cage. Extra mana, you might be able to sink it into the Sandstorm Salvager. So it's something. And I really think this deck is one of the more fun aggro decks to play. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.